My flows, if you don't know, you're messing with lyrical player pros like
you really
that.
wanna party with me? Let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands with my eyes to see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me, let me see just what you got for me. Put all your hands with my eyes to see. Straight buck wildin' in the place to be. If you really wanna party with me,
Ain't gonna be trust. Yo, it's a must that you heard of us. Yo,
Well, to the locals, it's still and will always be Heinz Field. But for the rest of us, we're along the North Shore of the Allegheny and Ohio Rivers at Acrisure Stadium in Pittsburgh, Pennsylvania. Two of the NFL's best starts challenging each other here. Off we go in a Week 4 showdown. Return coming from the 6. And that'll put them up across the 35-yard line as they begin the series. All right, let's get this show on the road. It is 1st and 10.
here we go. Right.
Out of the shotgun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's brought down for a loss.
Well, he was supposed to be the one who chipped away a few and got a new set of downs started right in rhythm. Instead, he's now forced to pick himself from behind the line thanks to a great effort defensively.
Everyone's prepped. It's 2nd down now.
Right.
Back-to-back carries here. And that's good for a gain of 5. Stopped by one of the league's best tacklers, Roquan Smith. Give him 5 on that play. Now it's going to be 3rd down and 6.
You make that call to just give yourself a fighting chance on 3rd down, Kate. Take at least a little bite of the big meal between them and the 1st down marker. And that should make this upcoming call a little less daunting.
Here we go, Scott.
They come to the line here. This is 3rd and 6.
Go.
Fields out of the gun. And down he goes. The Ravens defense gets it done. And the defense comes through to back him up ahead of 4th down. On 4th down, the Steelers are going to turn to Cameron Johnston to punt this away. And I imagine they were hoping they wouldn't need to bring him out so soon into this game. And a big hit on the return to stop him cold. No return on that punt. And the Ravens will take over with a lot of field ahead of them. And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. First give of the game to the LSU product. And they crush him right near the marker. Looks close, but yep, Brock, I think he safely got that 1st down before the hit.
Hey, look, any run of this size is going to wound the defense. But you get this game going right at the heart of their defense, you start to break their will and break their pride.
First down, here's Lamar. He'll dump this one off to his running back, complete. And a massive hit at the end of that play. Oh, baby. But he hangs on through it. Still able to get that 1st down.
Year after year, the best offenses are multifaceted. It's not just the receivers or the tight ends that can make plays through the air. When you get running backs that can attack the middle of the field like that, man, is it difficult on the defense.
New set of downs for him at the 38. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He's on the move.
You know, Kate, they always say that QB clock, you know what it's more like? It's more like an alarm. especially in a situation like that. And it's a good thing he woke up to it, able to make something out of nothing and at least keep him moving forward.
Walker going in motion left. Big gain, has them across the 40. And they'll finally get him at the 35-yard line. They pick up 20 yards there. And that's good for a Ravens first down.
Didn't take a rocket scientist to know, Kate. They wanted to get the ball in this guy's hands any way they could, not just in the passing game, and he just showed you why. This defense not prepared for his impact on the ground.
They're set up at the 35 now. First down throw for Jackson. Throw came out right as the defense got to him. That's an incomplete pass.
You need to buy your receivers enough time to get open along their route, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit them with the throw. When the line doesn't hold up, incompletions follow.
Jackson trying again on second down. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And that pushes them back. Third down coming up.
All right, first sack on the board on the first drive as a defense. And now we let the chess match begin. The adjustments begin because we know pressure leads to sacks. And sacks in this league often leads to wins.
Jackson now, third and long. Hits his running back. And he's going to be taken down a yard shy of the 25.
You know what I like about that, Kate? I like that they're not coming out slow. They're willing to go with some looks here that will yield big yardage down the field instead of just settling for dinking and dunking the ball.
Offense staying out there. It's 4th and 1. Trying to push this past the marker. And he takes a shot near the marker, but it looks like he still has enough for that first down. That'll be the end of one in this AFC North battle. A couple of zeros on the board right now. More from Acrisure Stadium after. Back at beginning of the second quarter, Ravens in possession. They're looking at yet another 1st and 10 on this drive. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Hauled in by Gray. And they have this down to the 11 before being marked down. 12 yards on that play, and a good call nets him the first.
I may love watching a great thrower, but I love watching a well-done route too, Kate. Make that guy think you're trying to stack him only to drop your hips and cut right inside. Some good work to help reset those chains.
They send a man in motion. First down from the red zone. He's got it. And he'll be taken down at the last possible moment. He's at the 1.
Boy, they sure found the right route at the right time to hit the soft spot in that coverage. And that slant, it goes for big yardage.
Let's see what they want to do here, partner. It's 2nd and inches. Out of the gun, they'll give it to him inside. And he's in for the touchdown. The Ravens get the game's first points here in the second. No doubt about that one, Brock. They softened that defense up with that lengthy opening series. And then the front just couldn't stand up to the run as they reached the end zone.
Yeah, the numbers tell you, kind of just like baseball, you love home runs, you love explosive plays, but when you can play small ball and you can keep that defense gasping on the field, you can often run it right down their throats in the red zone.
Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Has this at the 6. And the return sets them up just beyond their own 20. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Hey, Ken. Right?
Hand off to the back. And he won't salvage that. It's a loss on the play.
This is one of those plays that I wish we had the huddle mic'd up, Kate, because I can assure you that offensive line in their own way is telling that running back, sorry, we did not give you any chance.
Hey, Ken. Delta. Is it all right?
Out of the shotgun, Fields. Connecting on the slant. And he's going to be touched down about 3 yards shy of the marker.
Okay, I know exactly what's going to happen. I've seen it once, I've seen it 100 times. Next week on the practice field, this running back's going to say, see, I'm not just a running back. I can play receiver. And you receivers, you couldn't do my job, but I just showed you I could do yours.
Right.
Throwing now, 3rd and 2. Stays in. This time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the defense comes through. That's going to back them up and bring up 4th down.
Even from the booth, Kate, I could hear it. I could hear that front 7 telling the guys on the back end, hey, all I need is a couple seconds of lockdown from you guys, and I'm going to get to this QB. You promise that you deliver? And that's exactly what they did, wasted no time in getting that sack.
Starts his return from the 23. He lost the football. And the fumble recovery is made. And they bring him down after the play reaches the 26.
Well, I'm pretty sure this Kate special teams coach is going to have a long talk with him after that one. You can get as creative as you want, but you can't give away the ball. You can't lose yardage. And you start turning the ball over like that, you're not going to be returning punts much longer.
Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10.
Here we go.
Handoff now out of the gun. And he'll bowl his way ahead for a 4-yard pickup.
You know, that's a good run right there to keep the offense on schedule. If he can average that type of yards per carry, this guy's going to be more than all right with letting him lead the show.
Here we go, son.
It's the 2-minute warning now from Acrisure. And it's the Steelers. Six.
No mas. Here we go. Right.
Shotgun snap to Fields. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact.
Oh, that is going to haunt him. A drop touchdown in the end zone. We'll see how good his mental toughness is if he can move past it quickly and make an impact for them later.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down.
Extend. You got a mini basin. Why not? It's all right.
Now Fields. That's caught for the 1st. And this is down all the way to the 3. They get 19, and now they're going to have 1st and goal.
I'm not sure how this defense let that guy slip through him like that. On 3rd down, nonetheless, he took that snap as an opportunity, and man, did he make an impact play.
Working inside the red zone. And he's going to score. Touchdown, Pittsburgh! The Steelers earn the chance to tie before halftime. Mark Andrews with the touchdown. Point after up and good from Boswell. And the Steelers tie this game 7-7. Now Boswell on to send this away. And no return as this bounces through the end zone for a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. They put a receiver in motion here left. Throwing now on first down, it's Jackson. He finds his running back. Nice work, complete. And he's out of bounds after pushing just past the 40. Give him 11 yards, Brock, and a fresh set of downs.
I know the Combine tries to test everything it possibly can physically, but I don't know how you test courage at the Combine because there's nobody defending you. Nobody wants to hit you. But that was the epitome of courage to make that in cut and make the catch.
First and 10. Here's Jackson. Dumped off to his running back. He's corralled after a modest 4-yard gain. Minka Fitzpatrick in on the stop.
Well, that's a pretty similar result to a first down run play. Moves it forward, keeps you on schedule, and makes second and third down a whole lot easier to manage.
Lamar now from the gun. Escapes the pocket. Gets some space around midfield. And he takes it inside the 35 before heading out. It's a gain of 22. And that'll be first down, Baltimore.
You want to become a quarterback's best friend, do that. Turn a short little gain, a short little pass into some yards after catch, and that quarterback will find you again.
Running back sent in motion. Forces one through double coverage. Oh, it's intercepted! And the Steelers tap it as he records the first interception of his young career.
Well, I suppose some praise is in order for bringing him down almost immediately and preventing a return. Definitely minimized the damage the best they could, but it is still a demoralizing outcome for this offense to give the ball away.
Just over 30 seconds left in the half as they come to the line.
Here we go. Punch right. Go.
Play action, Fields. Look, pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. Now the Ravens are going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
To get home and hit and impact the quarterback at this level, well, typically you got to do what this defense is doing, and that's keeping an offense off balance. Change up your looks, rotate your personnel, throw in some wrinkles, and once again, go hit that quarterback.
Back to the line they go. It's second down.
Hey, Chad. Here we go. We're good.
Another try following the sack. And he'll get taken down after advancing this to the 37. The Steelers calling their first timeout. They'll have 2 left to work with before halftime.
Yeah, these in-cuts maybe aren't the hardest throws from a degree of difficulty, Kate, but it does take some courage as a quarterback to throw into congested spaces, but it can pay big dividends.
Don't jump, ready?
Off play action, it's Fields. Puts his body on the line, and he got it! Pittsburgh will go ahead and use its second timeout. And they still have 1 in their pocket for what's left of this half.
You know, they call that the money down for a reason, because you're just simply not going to last long in the NFL if you don't convert a good portion of your third downs. It's the money down. And nice to see them roll the dice and continue the series.
All right, set now, first and 10.
Here we go.
Off the play fake, he'll throw. And this time they're going to get there, and they drop him. And the big play drives them backwards. Second down coming up. Just before halftime, we get a timeout. Take it.
At the 44-yard line.
Here we go, son.
Offense to the line for second down. Backfield is empty as they motion him out right. And they don't connect there, so only 6 seconds remaining. That one intended for Mark Andrews. So they're left facing third and long.
You know, when we were growing up in the backyard, we call them alligators. 1 alligator, 2 alligator, 3 alligator. He needed another alligator in order to get that ball off. Credit the defense for forcing the incompletion.
Here we go.
So after that prior incompletion, we've got third down.
Mayday. Is it all right?
Back to throw it. And this falls incomplete with just 2 seconds remaining. Looking for his wide receiver there. And that brings up fourth and long.
Well, he needed another second to deliver the throw he wanted to. You got to give a lot of credit that time, Kate, to the pass rush for getting in and forcing him to dish it before he was ready.
The Steelers set to punt it. Back deep, that's Gray. And he's certainly been staying busy. Once again, he's out to punt and sends this flying. And this one hits first at the 3 before continuing on into the end zone for a touchback. That brings us to halftime. We'll get a break as our teams make their adjustments and then return with more of the NFL on EA Sports in just a little bit. Back from the break, I'm Kate Scott, joined by Brock Heward, and we are just moments away from the beginning of our second half. Something's got to be the difference maker here in half number 2. We'll see what it is as we're off and running once again. And we'll have to wait at least a few moments longer for an exciting start to this second half. We've got a touchback. First and 10 now from the 30. Interception last drive doesn't deter them. They're going right back to the air. That one's caught along the left sideline. And he breaks into enemy territory before being stopped on a huge gain.
You know, Kate, we often talk about flipping the field in special teams, right? A kick return, a good punt. Well, an explosive play like that does the exact same thing. Look at the difference in field position. By hitting on that shot, you've totally flipped the field and the tone of this drive.
Sets him up nice and pretty at the 25 following that big play. First down, here's Lamar. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free, incomplete. When we look back at this one, Brock, it is going to be defensive highlight after defensive highlight. And there again, the examples, they just keep coming.
The physical play has been the trademark. Really, from the first snap through this second half, there have not been many just uncontested, clean, efficient plays. Every effort's been answered. That's why that scoreboard's not been lit up.
So after the incompletion, here comes the second down call. Putting a receiver in motion. Taps it quick to the receiver coming across. And he's brought down inside the 10 at the 9. Give him about 16 yards on that gain, Brock, and it sets him up with first and goal.
Ooh, I like that. I really like that execution to move the chains. Now that third down call that they had ready, well, they could stick it right back in the pocket for a later occasion.
They'll try and punch it in. And he drives forward for a little, maybe to the 7. He'll get 3, but much work left for him on second and goal.
Okay, all right. There's a little progress on first and goal. You keep it safe, you push a little closer, and now you're set up for what you want to do on second down.
Ball placed at the 7. It's second and goal. Man in motion here. Here's Jackson to throw. An all-around tough play for him. He took a shot on the release, and it definitely affected the throw. It's incomplete.
Well, that's one you chalked up to the pressure, earning that incompletion. They came in before he could find a target, hit him, altered that last-second attempt to get rid of it.
Jackson has it, 3rd and goal. And they will score. It's a Baltimore touchdown. The Ravens take the lead right away in half number 2. Well, Brock, you know this better than most. Sometimes these dudes can be a quarterback's best friend, finding the tight end in the end zone for 6.
And it really has been that way for decades when you think about it, Kate. From John Mackey to Tony Gonzalez to Travis Kelce. The position can be such a mismatch when you're throwing for the end zone.
That one splits the uprights. And the Ravens break that tie and now lead by 7. Now Tucker on to handle the kickoff. Here's a return from the 7. And he's brought down inside the 20 on an uneventful return. They're out and set, 1st and 10.
11, 11, 11. Right.
Trying the right side. He spins right by him. And they catch up to him, but not until he's got a huge gain and a 1st down. A big play, 23 yards to move those chains. Only took him one play, partner, and they've already made it to that 40-yard line. 1st down, and they go right back to him. And he'll push this upfield and earn them a new set of downs.
I don't know, kid. I didn't think he had it. That back did. He knew exactly where he had to get for the 1st down. Pops up right away and signals 1st down.
He brings the offense up now for a 1st and 10.
Mayday.
Fields throwing here. And he'll be met near the line to limit the gain to a yard. Nate Wiggins getting up to end that play.
As an offense, you don't call a screen, Kate, expecting to gain just a few yards. You call it expecting to break off something big and substantial. But it's up to that defense to stay ahead of it to keep it contained to something much smaller. Case in point right there.
Here we go.
They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9. The Steelers calling their 1st time out. As that'll leave them with just 2 to use the rest of the way. They'll come to the line here, 2nd and 9.
Press, bunch right. Here we go, son.
Fields out of the gun. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop him. And that pushes them back, 3rd down coming up.
You know, one thing I noticed, Kate, coaching youth football, everybody wants their kid to play quarterback. That is, until they get knocked to the mat. And that's now 5 sacks in this game, let alone the number of times the quarterback's been flushed as well. Not everybody is built to play quarterback.
Defense looking to defend the marker on 3rd down.
Tonight.
Here's Fields to throw. And he's brought down at the line.
I got to be honest, it hurts a little extra when it comes on 3rd down, but it really doesn't matter what down it is. If a completed pass is stopped at the line of scrimmage, offensively, that's a failure. Defensively, that's a success.
So out now comes the punter. He's been hitting it well so far. This is another big one. And he's out of bounds. Not the return that he had drawn up. No way. And actually loses yards. New series coming up following the punt. And they've got a long field ahead of them to begin this drive. Drive starts out with a 1st and 10. Out of the gun, here's Jackson. Finds his man, Gray. And what a hit there. Ouch, she pays the price for moving the chains that time.
From a great throw to a nice route and catch to moving the chains, there wasn't a whole lot not to like about that amazing play.
To the line we go. They're set, 1st and 10. This is the end of the 3rd quarter. It's Ravens ball as they try to keep that lead and close out a win. Offense set for a 1st and 10. Shotgun snap to Jackson. Ooh, he got hit as he was throwing, and unsurprisingly, he falls incomplete. 2nd down coming up.
You know, that was a play, Kate, right there where you need to buy your receivers just enough time to get open along their routes, and your quarterback enough time to find and hit him with the throw. Time? Well, that's not what he had. O-line couldn't hold up, and it forces the incompletion.
Couldn't connect on 1st. It's 2nd down. They've got a man in motion. Play action now with Jackson. That's knocked away by a defender. Incomplete.
Read and react. Read and react. Read and react. Got to read where the quarterback's eyes are going, and you got to react as he begins to throw to get to a spot and knock it away.
Last pass unsuccessful, and they have 3rd down here. They'll send him over right. Jackson now on 3rd. Put the body on the line for his team. It's a gain of 21 yards to pick up that 1st down.
That's what we call situational football. You spend all week working on your nickel passing game package to take advantage of 3rd downs just like that.
They kick the running back in motion. Lamar throwing again. Escapes out to the left. He takes it himself. And he slides down with enough to pick up that 1st. They gain 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens 1st down.
You know, Kate, back in the day, we had a slip and slide at practice for moments just like that. Actually practicing how to slide and get out of harm's way. Nice gain on the play. And denied that defense yet another chance to take a shot on him.
On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. So they opt for the shorter pass later in the progression on that play, Brock, but man, the defense took that away too.
Well, what they tell us yesterday in those production meetings, nothing comes easy. No easy completions from shots down the field to those checkdowns to the running back. Wanted to make this offense earn everything. They just did.
Gray, the motion man right. Give him an even 10 yards on the play. And that'll be 1st down, Baltimore.
It just feels like any time this guy touches the ball, it's a big play waiting to happen. He could be lined up wide or when they use him as a runner. If someone doesn't get a hand on him quick, he's gone.
And he'll be brought down here at the 23-yard line. Give him 5 on that carry. Bring it up 2nd and 5.
That run's not going to turn many heads, but at the end of the year, I promise you, if you average over 5 yards a run, you're going to be a Pro Bowler.
Running back sent in motion. From the gun, Jackson. They did it! He made the interception! Greg Newsome has it. Along the right sideline, there's space. And it's a pick 6 as he runs it in for the touchdown. That play, Brock, that play was beautiful. Not just making the interception, but then seeing the return slowly come together in front of him as he took it all the way to the house.
Yeah, I think even for us up here in the booth, it looked like a scene out of a movie, didn't it? Starts running it back, scans the field for a lane, then the blocks come just in the nick of time to wipe out the would-be tacklers, and he's got open space and nothing but the end zone in front of him.
And it bounces out of the end zone, so they'll set up shop at the 30.
At their own 30-yard line.
And the drive will start out with a 1st and 10. Jackson trying to get after the pick. Into the hands of Walker. And nothing doing on that run. Defenders bottle it up quickly.
You know, I've learned over the years, defensively, they call that the camera club. How many different guys can get rallying to the football? So that last shot you see on camera, you see as many defenders keeping that to a 0-yard gain. That's well done defensively.
Now they send their back in motion right. Fits it through the middle. And he does quite a bit of damage before they finally take him down.
Just about every offense since the beginning of time, since the forward pass, Kate, has loved a tight end that could stretch the middle of the field. Man, I remember as a kid watching Kellen Winslow Sr. dice up right here between the hashes. And what a difference it can make for an offense.
On 1st down, Jackson. Chased out to his right. And he just gets rid of it. Knew he had a couple of plays left. Didn't want to take a risk there on 1st down.
Look at the coverage on that play, Kate. I love that. That is textbook defense right there. When the quarterback escapes the pocket, and you got to find somebody. You got to go get sticky on your offensive guy. That's exactly what the secondary did. And, of course, is the throwaway.
They put Flowers in motion right. Jackson's going to throw again. That one is incomplete. Couldn't hang on through the contact. This is a guy who's used to embracing contact, Brock. Usually makes catches in spite of it, but I guess it's tough for anybody to make a play every time.
Yeah, I think these tight ends today, Kate, spend as much time in the old ice bath as just about anybody. And when you don't make that catch and you take the contact, well, that stings like the first seconds in the ice.
No connection on the last play, and now it's 3rd down. Looking to throw. Pocket isn't holding up. They're able to drop it. And the defense is energized following that stick for a loss. That brings us to the 2-minute warning in Pittsburgh. Ravens in range for a game-winning score. Justin Tucker out for the field goal. A lot of pressure hovering over this kick. This from 40 on the right hash. That one is good. And late in the 4th, they have grabbed a lead.
That's called getting his job done, Kate, drilling it right through. And now they're in position to win this game. Now it's on some of those guys who are out there with them on the kick, those defenders, to hang on to this lead to give them the win.
Return starts at the 9. Big lick from the coverage team there. That's going to stop the return before it can get to the 30. They'll get this drive started. 1st and 10.
Here we go, son. Easy.
They send the tight end in motion.
Go.
Here he is to throw. This one's caught. It's cheeky near the sideline. And he's able to cross the 40 before going out. It's a great pickup, 16 yards, and now they've got 1st down.
It was such a privilege for me to watch Marvin Harrison and Reggie Wayne in person in Indianapolis do their work. Darrell Jackson out in Seattle. They showed how great a deep out is as a chain-moving play. It's all about getting that leverage at the top of the route and then exploiting the leverage as that ball arrives on time downfield.
Right.
He'll look to throw it. It's Pickens on the slant. And he'll be brought down a step or two shy of midfield. They're going to mark him at the 48.
Hey, Ken.
At their 48-yard line.
Right.
Back to throw. Dumps it off to his running back. And he'll cross the 50 and start pushing onto the opposing side of the field.
It may not look like much on the stat sheet, but this is kind of good on good. An offense gets a completion, not going backwards, and the defense, well, they rallied, they pursued, and kept that screen to a minimal gain.
Ravens bring an extra DB out there. 3rd down coming up.
Right.
Looking to throw it. Complete beyond the marker. And he's taken down at the 30. Steelers working with a sense of urgency from the hurry-up clock, continuing to run. Setting up to pass. Defender arrives right as the ball does, and the hit knocks it free. Incomplete. Tough one to retain through that hit. And we'll see what they do here on 2nd down.
Well, that was almost one of those nice chunk plays you like to see in the NFL, Kate, before he was able to recover and provide the hit and ultimately dislodge the football. You like to see that physical edge and scrappiness to contest any kind of shot plays down the field.
Out. Right.
Another throw for Fields. He sends this one to the end. He's got it deep downfield. And that's a touchdown. The catch is made, and they lead just before the end of this game. Absolutely clutch score there, Brock, as they take the lead here in the final minutes.
Incredible execution. The moment not too big for any of them. And Kate, they cashed in when it really mattered.
That one right down the middle. And the Steelers take a 4-point lead. Now Boswell on to send this away. And the kickoff is into and then out of the end zone. Touchback. This drive starting from the 30. Offense ready to begin this drive. 1st and 10. Lamar now from the gun. He had it for a moment, but a great defensive play to jar it loose. Incomplete. You go middle of the field against zone coverage, Brock. You know this firsthand. You are throwing into rush hour, and there aren't a lot of easy completions to be found in that part of the field.
Yeah, and a lot of those throws, Kate, you're signing your guy up to take some sort of hit. It's on you to protect your guys. Credit that defense for flying around and making the play.
No dice on that prior pass. Here's second down. Throwing again is Lamar. Caught by Flowers. And they'll have the first down, but we're inside of 20 seconds to play now. Big gain, 14 on the play. And that's good for a Ravens first down. Here's Jackson to throw. A bit of desperation on this deep shot. That could be it, folks. It's intercepted. Greg Newsome has it. And the Steelers make the play that should win them this game.
I know he started the play as a defender, but gosh, he looked good, didn't he? Running it back, he looked like a receiver navigating on that return. The way he saw the field, he evaded obstacles, and he chewed up yardage in the open space. It'll make those offensive coaches and teammates proud. We've seen defensive players get touches on occasion, and I think he just gave himself maybe a look on that side of the ball down the road.
Here we go. Good.
The Steelers with some very good field position as they get set, 1st and 10.
Right.
Looking right, and he finds him. Through the middle. And he's all the way home. Touchdown, Pittsburgh. The Steelers parlay the interception into points. Well, Brock, the fans, all right, here we go, Steelers, as they take the win on the North Shore. And they draw first blood against a division rival. They'll go on the road later this year with a chance at completing that season sweep. So for my partner, Brock Heward, and our entire crew, I'm Kate Scott saying this has been the NFL on EA Sports. The Steelers are winners as we say so long from Pittsburgh.